Hello and welcome to another decoding of a chess match where I just sit back and analyze a game that I have played. In today's game, I decided to analyze it because after I clicked on game review on this game and saw a whopping 93.9% accuracy. Yeah, it's a 22 move game, although yet sorry, not 22 but 32, my bad. But yeah, let's just analyze it and try to find out where things could have been better. So my opponent starts with e4, I go c5, he plays a3. Now this, I don't know what kind of move is this, because this is not a conventional one. Usually I see players play knight f3 followed by d6, the standard Sicilian, then d4 takes, knight takes. This is the standard way of playing the Sicilian. But I don't know, him tried, maybe just wanted something different and plays a3. I proceed with the usual d6, knight to f3, knight to f6, knight to c3, knight to c6. It's just the basic opening, which is all about in here. Finally he plays the move d4, I take, he takes, I castle. After that he takes. Now in here I could have played this just because I want to have the bishops around, but then I thought for some time about pawn takes c6, then maybe he will go back and just keeping the bishop alive in the Sicilian for the opponent. The two bishops, they often uh, are quite troublesome. So anyways, I just took with the bishop hoping he exchanges, which he did, and I took. He played bishop g4 and rook b2. I capitalized on this open file, to which he responded queen c3. Now in here I believe maybe b3 could have been an option, and also it says b3 is the best, but I don't know, he might have thought of something or just feared maybe this. But after this he has bishop to d2, so there is nothing to worry about as such. But instead, anyways, he played queen c1. I proceeded with queen c7, thinking of bringing my rook, maybe sometime later pushing the pawns and having a playable position. But here, out of nowhere, he just plays bishop to h6. Now this is not a common mistake to make for an 1800, but anyways he played it, but it wasn't fruitful at all. I took, he takes, I get in my rook. Now instead of bishop to h6, what else could he have played? Like, there are surely a lot of other better options that he could have gone with, but maybe f4, trying to push. But oh, this is a bad move as well. Why? Well, I can't see it with the naked eye, just so. But yes, after knight to g4, I'll have this this open diagonal, maybe not that, this, and followed by this. So yeah, it will be trouble. Of course, after this he has to do something to remove the knight, because if he plays h3, I have queen b6, he goes here, I go here, he will have king to h2, but well, a4 is also not the best, but the best move, the top engine move says rook b1. Well, that's of course, but yeah, the idea of rook b1 is just to play bishop f6 later, after having the pawn protected, instead of just sacking the pawn just like this. Now this was the mistake that allowed me to go rook to x, I mean rook to b2, just getting the rook in the 7th rank or maybe the 2nd rank as black, and it all started going down from here. He played f4, which completely blocks off this, and the queen is cut off from play. Now in here I could have gone queen to b6, but after king to f2, knight here, queen here, because this sorry, my bad. Yeah, as I was explaining, here I could have got queen to b6, then queen king f1, knight to g4, and I am threatening queen to f2, so he has to go queen h4. After this I can just easily yeah, take on here. If he goes here, I will have queen to b5, so he can't go here. And well, yeah, that's the threat. Anyways, after knight to d1, just keeping this square protected from all these, anyhow, it would have been game on, but I would still have an advantage over him. Anyways, I played rook takes c2 first. I'm a greedy person, so I just couldn't resist the free pawn, and he plays rook to e3. Maybe thinks of going here, and after takes and takes, just maybe remove the knight somehow, also keeping his knight protected from this. So I play knight to g4, which he had completely missed, just forking the queen and the rook together. He plays queen h3. I could have gone knight takes e3, but I just thought, why just give the knight for free, because after knight takes e3 he will play this, and it will be a way to lose the knight in return of the rook, of course. But I thought, why not delay taking and instead go queen b6, just pinning the king and preventing him from taking on g4, because after takes, of course, it's gone, and this is also hanging from here and here. And so I proceeded with queen to b6. He plays knight to e3, defending the rook. Now in here I can't obviously play this, or maybe delay knight takes e3 somehow, maybe after h5 I could have delayed. But yeah, I just proceed with knight takes e3 and queen takes e3. I exchange the queen, but instead of exchanging the queen, I believe I could have just maybe extended the game a bit longer with the queen on the board, and I especially prefer keep not exchanging the queen when I'm in advantage. But yeah, I just exchanged, he took, I played rook to c3, and he plays king to f2. Now this diagonal is completely open, so I bring in my rook, threatening rook to b2, attacking the king. Maybe after he goes here or here, I just pin the knight with rook to b3, and that's what I did. Actually, he plays king to f3. I go rook to b3. He protects his knight. Now here I go b4. sorry, d5, threatening this, and also after takes and takes he can't take with the knight as his king is pinned, and anyhow he takes and just removes his king from the pin so that I can't just give d4. Well, I give d4 anyways, to which he responds with knight to d5, but instead of d4 I believe I could have got e6, maybe e6, preventing the knight from roaming around the board freely, but I just missed that and somehow ended up playing e6 later, in just allowing him to move freely here, maybe here, and a lot of other ways. Bring the knight to play. He plays knight to b4, I go rook to d2, with the idea of obviously pushing the pawn, and after rook b2 this pawn is for sure, it has to go. He plays f5, to which I respond, I don't know the meaning of this move actually, like why would he play this? I couldn't figure out and I didn't think of it anyways. Maybe if I take with this pawn he will get in, I go here, I don't know. Maybe just get his rook behind my pawn, although there are two rooks just to support this one pawn, and a rook and a knight can't prevent it. But anyways I took it with g pawn, just not allowing his rook in. He plays h4 with god knows what intention. Like, what could have been the best move in this situation? Yeah, knight to c6, but why? Like this I have to remove this, but I have this, but I don't understand the point. Anyways, it's just lost game from here, so I proceed with rook to g3, and this pawn is bound to go no matter what, and this pawn is queening, this oh, oh, this it's just but anyways the game was too short to be that accurately played. Like, in here it showed 93.9% accuracy for me, and not many moves were played, nothing exceptional happened. But yeah, I just decided to review it based off my accuracy, and hopefully you liked it. Thanks.